When it comes to archetypal characters, I think we all come across the definitive version of that character. And when it comes to dragons, for me, the definitive dragon will always be Smaug. So I'm usually kinda let down by the MLP dragons. So with that in mind, let's look at today's episode. My Little Pony, Gauntlet of Fire, starts with Spike being summoned by the Dragon Lord to the Dragonlands.
Well, that's a descriptive if uncreative name.
This is because Dragon Lord Torch, who's an orky mother, so I'm calling him Boss Torch from now on, is ready to retire. And to choose his successor, he demands that his followers compete in the Gauntlet of Fire. And whoever's first to retrieve the boss's scepter from the depths of the Flame Kano,
presented by Torg Industries,
will be crowned the new Dragon Lord. Now, Spiky Wikey isn't into being the new war boss of the Dragon Tribe, but every other potential Dragon Lord means a possible war for Equestria. So the little guy decides to compete to protect his friends.
Not every competitor is a despot in the making.
True. Princess Ember, daughter of Boss Torch, is really cool. By fire-breathing winged lizard standards. So Spike and her team up and get to the end of the gauntlet, where Spike becomes the new Dragon Lord. And because he never wanted the job in the first place, he hands the reins of power over to Ember instead. Well, we got ourselves a mixed bag here. The stuff I like in this episode, I really like, but there's a whole lot of not good in there as well. First off, Boss Torch steals the show. He's big, he's over the top, and he's funny as hell. Just a fantastic dude, and I hope we see him again.
You're barking up the wrong tree big time, Private.
Yeah, probably. I also like that this is an action-packed adventure. The trials of the gauntlet are great visual fun, with falling rocks, deadly traps,
it's a trap,
and bursts of fire.
Yes, it almost makes one forget that dragons are fireproof, doesn't it?
And I also like the idea of Spike and Ember working together to overcome obstacles. Even if in practice this only adds up to Spike riding on Ember's back and keeping an eye out for danger. Speaking of Ember, there's a good character in there, but she's buried under a big flabby layer of 90s Disney princess willfulness and a Leia complex. Also, her primary asset, her high intelligence, is completely unhelpful throughout this whole extravaganza.
Just like Big Daddy Torch said.
But she does have the funniest line in the episode.
Please don't make me talk about my feelings.
Another thing I really didn't like is the kazoo culture of the dragons. It's completely one note, and really similar to the Griffin's culture now I think about it. It's all, grr, we hate friendship, rah, this sucks. And that's just weak writing as far as I'm concerned. Also, what happened to the big dragons? Other than Boss Torch, all the dragons are so small, they're not much bigger than a pony. And then at one point, this guy says that dragons have to sleep on rocks. But we've seen in the past that dragons have hordes. You know, like dragons should. Finally, Twi and Rarity are in this episode. They mainly serve as cheerleaders for Spike. And in that capacity, they work, but that's about it. Okay, now it's time to break down the good and the bad in My Little Pony, Gauntlet of Fire. On the good side, this episode shows us a whole new place. The action was fun, and Boss Torch is the man. On the downside, there are a lot of little inconsistencies. Princess Ember is almost good. Almost. And the dragons are lazily written for the most part. So I give My Little Pony, Gauntlet of Fire, a 3.5 out of 5. Now, if you're interested in more reviews of anime, movies, TV shows, comic books, or video games, check out my channel on YouTube at StupidPrivate913, or find my Facebook and Deviantart pages for video updates and more. Thank you for watching.
Hey kids, today's show is brought to you by the letter 4 and the number potato! I'm a stupid private.